Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay. We're good. We're golden. Beautiful. Sexy. Alright, let's go. Let's see what we get here today. Mark up our opening range now. We just had market open. Let's get our opening range right here. Let's mark this up for us. Opening range. So that's going to be a good area we're going to pay attention to today. I like how we're trading back into this discount after market open. Not going to do that. So I want to pay attention now. What do we get down within here? Do we trade back down to this end log and then move higher? That would be the best bet in my opinion. One more sweep to these lows, take out the early buyers, and then hit the end log, and then move up and gravitate back towards the opening range. But we'll see what happens. That doesn't need to happen here, you know. It is what it is. We just be patient. We wait on price action to tell us what it wants to do. We never hit the end walk here on ES either. Let's see, let's see, let's see. So really start to pay attention. What do we get? Let's go to the daily. Notice how we came back down. We didn't hit the rejection blocks there. We didn't there either. YM. YM's just ugly. There's all the gaps there and stuff. But that's pulling back as well. We're hitting the 4-hour rejection blocks here. Trading down into this range. So we don't have a lot of strong bullish SMT based on the higher time frame like this, and that's completely fine. I know we got bearish SMT at these highs, which could send price down lower. So we have a higher high here, a lower high here. So that could end up moving price lower if that's what price really wants to do today. We also have FOMC tomorrow, so we can have a choppier market today. So I'm not really expecting too much here out of the market. And if I take a trade, just like I did yesterday, because I didn't expect much yesterday, I took a small loss yesterday. And like I'm completely fine with that because I expected less from the market. But at the same time, you can't really expect anything, you know? There's no should, or shouldn'ts. So it's only following the rules and following the system, and any type of expectation could be a sign of overconfidence, you know, and that's really like what I'm trying to work on, is not having that overconfidence, you know, just being more in tune with order flow, robotic, or whatnot. So we have this inversion for value gap here. I want to watch to see if price will trade down lower now in this range. And take a paper trade on this. Leave that as a breakaway gap up there. I don't care if it loses, like that's a thing. You know, it's moving higher here on NQ. Not NQ, YM, because we hit the high. We shouldn't come up above that high if we're going to keep going lower. I want to pay attention. This is a 30-second inversion setup based on the SMT we have here. I could take it on the eval, but I didn't plan it fast enough. So I'm just going to let myself miss out on this one if this does want to play out. "15-second retest. I would say this high should be intact still. I would say this end log is target. Thing is, you are predicting price. You're having an expectation in price, but you can't expect to be right or wrong. You just got to be able to be completely numb to the outcome. So we got this 1 hour fair value gap we tapped down into, and then we traded higher. We might get exactly what I was talking about, you know? So we're taking out the swing low. I want to move this to break even at this point. Got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Taking on internal swing low. We could come back. I mean, I could have taken a partial on that one, but I didn't. Let's take a partial here. We'll let the last one go. Let's see if it goes that end log. Might be a better setup after we hit the end log, you know? That's really like what I want to pay attention to. But that's a nice 30-second inversion level here. Notice how we made the higher high here in this wick, lower high there. So it's bearish SMT at the same time. And there we go, just moving down to the downside. We're hitting the 830 level. I mean, we could take another partial here, but we only have one contract left on. So we're going to leave it. Let's see if it wants to just continue down to the end log or stay right where it is. Hitting the 15-minute rejection block as well. I want to record that in my notes too. Beautiful setup. The inverse is 30-second. It's a market open trade. I mean, I could take more partials now, but like I said, I want to see NWOG get tapped. If it comes back to break even, too bad, so sad, whatever. There we go. And just hit. I want to put this in my... So that was nice. Higher high, then we had the lower high, then we had NWOG for a draw. I don't want to get so worked up now. I wanna really just pay attention, because if we get this buy, this is originally what I thought. Now we got bullish SMT. We're hitting the NWOG. If we inverse a 30-second, I want to take a buy on this. So we're hitting the rejection block. We just hit the higher time frame PD array. This could be the Judas swing, but we could also play off this breaker too. It depends how this NWOG starts to act here. Like, does it start to act as support or does it not? I think that's a real question. It might actually just keep breaking on through, you know? There's nothing saying that it needs to flip back around. We're in this NWOG here. Back down to the daily gap here. It's just such a consolidated range, you know? I just don't like that we're making a higher high here and we're making deeper lows here. Yeah, there's nothing I'm fond of yet, so I'm just gonna stay on the sidelines for now. I'm gonna get one more coffee when I'm waiting here. I'll be right back. I'm just watching how we're pulling back down into this range still. We're still rejecting down here. We bullish SMT and then RSI. We got relative equal highs up there we could reach into. We never really tapped in that opening range. We did it and then we just inverse there. So we don't have a 30-second to inverse, neither, not even a 15-second. We just swept these relative equal lows. We're back into the NWOG now. We got these relative equal highs here on YM. We smacked internal lows, we smacked internal highs. Now we got these other highs up here. If it wants to go bullish, it looks like we could go for those highs. You know? We're having the divergences right now. Gun to my head, we're gonna go long, but I'd want to see some more information. There's no gaps I really want to take a trade on in here. Got a 1 minute gap there, but it's not a singular one, so it's going to be harder. So, really just sitting back and realizing that best thing to do is nothing right now. Yeah, I think we just need more information than this area now. We could say if this is just bearish order flow, taking out liquidity here, rejecting, pulling back, we could reach down towards these lows. Deeper in this discount, I'm not opposed to that. I know we just inversed this 30-second here. Now we ripped up to this high. Now we're pulling back. I think we could rip up from here now. I don't think it's out of question, you know? I think it's possible. I didn't really plan the trade yet, so I'm not going to take on full risk on my other account, so let's take a paper right now. It's just not really like my favorite condition. You know, we have this lower low, higher low, 30-second inversion. We could rip her up, bud. We could rip her up. With these relative equal highs. I took it on my other eval account. See how it goes, you know? I'm not too worried. Just want to see price break up through this fair value gap here. Make a lower low. I think we could move higher. Like I said, I got the bullish bias. It's not my favorite setup, so we'll see how it plays out, you know? No strings attached. I don't want to see this low now broken. Right here. I'd like to see this low stay intact. What, are we just up a few hundred? We're up just like 160 so far. Yeah, we got 40 seconds left. I want to see that push up on through. If not, we might just come down a little more. Close it out early. Might move my stop a little too early. I mean, that's okay. Yeah. Alright, just $90 out. Looking to make 1,500 on that one. Let's see. I really want to see if we make one more swing low. That'd be, honestly, that'd be a good situation there. Yeah, it was just 30-second scalping really like. I want to see, I would love to see just one more swing low down and move up. We're already getting the swing low here. So we're back into this fair value gap here. Now it's, why don't you just rip up now? Yeah, I was looking at this inversion right here. 30-second inversion just played out. Yeah, so we came right back down into it and ripped right up. That's cool. Yeah, it's just not, it's honestly like not the best conditions right here. So I'd rather not even be in this right now. Yeah, right off that 30-second inversion, and then we start moving off this 1 minute order block. Yeah, because I had that buy right here. When profit took out the swing high. I didn't really want to see this low taken, so I just literally basically break even on this trade here. But then it rips up. That's cool though. Could have played that a little bit better, but I stuck to my rules. We take out the swing high. We don't want to see it pull back. So let's wait for a better setup, you know. Stick to the system. Because that setup really wasn't the best anyway. It's such lower time frame. It's hard to really catch something like that. Now we're up in this premium. We can still pull back. We got this fair value gap here. So we want to see how this fair value gap plays off of. We didn't inverse the 2 minute yet. Or the 3 minute yet. There we go. Right off that fair value gap, we're probably going to rip up now. Probably going to keep ripping up here. I would say this gap should stay open if we're going to rip up. Let's say right into here. That's if it's going to rip up. See how this 3-minute closes here. I'm not taking anything right now. I'm going to wait for more information. Yeah, got that fair value gap. Let's see if it just goes now. If we're gonna go long, I really want to see this 5-minute inverse here. Give me 1 second. Sorry, my dog's barking. Got a client here. All right, so yeah, we're pulling back down into this range. We're using this order block here. Now we're starting to move higher. So let's see how this plays out. Like I said, I want to see this 5-minute get inverse. So we got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this new 5-minute candle. I want to watch this 5-minute for value gap. And then I want to see if there's something in the lower time frame. Okay. Let's see if we get something now. If we're going to keep going higher, I would like to see these lows stay intact. But now we're creating almost trendline liquidity. So we got to really be open to any outcome here. Switching through my screens really fast, but I'm just trying to get a feel for what the market's doing, where we're at, you know. So trading down into this order block here on YM. We're bouncing off that order block. Continuing to move up. Let's see, this is actually looking pretty decent. This 4-minute could inverse too. As well as this 3-minute. This 3-minute might inverse sooner than the 5 minutes, so that actually is a good sign. Like I said, I like the lower time frame entries. They're a little bit better for the risk to reward. So we didn't inverse that 3-minute. Gotta keep in mind, tomorrow's FOMC, so market might not even do much movement today. I mean, it's looking good so far. It's really not looking too bad so far. See what we get. If we don't inverse this 5-minute at some point, then we could possibly see this keep folding down. Or just consolidate. It'd probably just consolidate at that point because we hit liquidity. never know. It could come down, take this low once more, and then buy up, and we get an inversion within that leg down. Nothing I'm too interested in yet. We do have these equal highs up here. We got to pay attention to that opening range as well. Notice this opening range we have. We never came down below yesterday's low either. Well, no, not yesterday's low. Yesterday's low is here. But Friday's low. We could take out maybe even part of Friday's low and move higher. We'll see. We're already in a deep discount, so we'll see what happens within this area. We took out the pre-market low already. If this NWOG wants to react, we should just keep bouncing here. It's about to be 10 o'clock. We have relative equal highs up here. We got 1, 2, 3 divergence move here. Reaction off of that. Retest this fair value gap for bullish order flow. Trading back down into internal liquidity. Now we're bouncing off of that as well. Yes, we hit this fair value gap and pulled back. But if it wants to reclaim it, we can get bullish closures within here to reclaim it. Or if we continue to sell off, we can look down here. Or down here for a possible reversal back up. But at the end of the day, we don't have enough information to really tell what price wants to do right now. It just keeps rejecting this 5-minute fair value gap. Yes, you have the 3-minute inversion here, but we get all this trend line liquidity. Like, it's building up a lot of liquidity here. Okay, we're not necessarily breaking through that. So even if it goes up higher without me in it, it's okay because I'm staying on the sidelines because this I don't like. Because we can hit this and then actually reverse, or hit this and then give us something better to reverse back down and hit all this liquidity. And this would be a higher probability setup for me. At the same time, it was 50-50 down in this range as we're watching it right now. I know we just closed this 30-second inversion right here, so hence is why we're ripping up right now. Just not that high probability for me. 3 minutes, still hasn't closed yet. Let's keep watching. Yeah, nothing I see is worth the risk yet. I really don't think there's going to be an A+ setup today. It could be. Let's see how this closes up here. Got a 5-minute for value gap that's sitting here. See if this closes up. Not going to take it if it does, but it's just something to observe and watch if it does. Still continuing to move up right now. Inverse that 4 minute, that's bullish. See how we close up above that 4 minute? We wouldn't want to see it come back down below that 4 minute right there. We want to see this continue up higher. You have 40 seconds left of this 5 minute candle, so we'll see how this plays out. Not a fan of this price action. Retesting this 30-second for value gap. Let's see how that plays out here. We inverse this one. It's likely to use this for value gap to keep moving higher. So we just use that. We're using that 30-second for value gap to keep moving higher. Staying up above. So this for value gap should stay intact and we should keep moving up higher. Going up into this for value gap here. Let's see if it keeps trading away with expansion. So we want to see that keep trading up with expansion, but we have this 1 minute in fair value gap we got to get up above now. If we inverse this 1 minute now, we should continue order flow up on through. We're rejecting that area now. So yeah, we're going up to it. We want to see it break on through if it's going to continue higher. That was based on a 4 minute and a 5 minute inversion for value gap here. So you got 23 seconds to close up above here. I know we're in the middle of it, but we want to see it push a little higher. And use that as a form of support right there. So you got 6 seconds left. Want to see it close up and above. No, we didn't close up above it. So actually close in the middle of it. Above the 50%, so that's an okay sign, but it's not the best. So rejecting this 1 minute area. I just see a lot of stop losses down here. So I want to see what price wants to do there. Let's hit this internal high on ES. A lot of stop losses here. But I'd like to see the midnight hit too, possibly even higher. We haven't yet hit this candle with no wick yet. It's probably just a slight pullback for another continuation up. There's really no big deal. Because if it wants to continue, it'll move up. But if it doesn't, it'll just keep pulling back, and we'll see what happens after that. I wouldn't mind seeing like consolidation and a chop here, and then a shift down of some sort. Inversion to go back up. This inverse here, I would not be taking that, because I think it could still hit the low. Yeah, let's see how this plays out now. We just pulled back down into this 5-minute inversion for value gap. Let's see if that acts on as support to move higher or not. Or if it wants to keep pulling back down into this range, if we get another accumulation to buy up, or if it does want to continue to sell off, you know, it's still possible. Just coming up to this 1 hour order block, it could just continue down now if it wants to, or just chop around and get FOMC tomorrow. No hard feelings. Let's watch this order block here. You guys see why I'm sitting on the sidelines? Because there's not really much here. Like, nothing really that clear. Like, even these equal lows could be swept down and then we get a better setup. More of like a consolidation, another sweep of the lows, then we move up higher. I don't know. Nine-minute rejected that very hard. We could inverse this 30-second move higher, but I'm still not interested in that. I'd rather still wait. Just because there's an inversion doesn't mean I have to take it, you know. There's more than just inversion gaps to take trades on. There we go. We just inverse this 30-second here. It's likely that we do rip up to this high now. From here to here, and if it wants to continue higher, it can go higher. We got a lot of, still got a large online liquidity here that we could just swipe out one more time. And that's just why I'm staying on the sidelines. Like, this 3-minute don't look the best. Three-minute time frame tells me to stay on the sidelines. Like, everything's telling me to stay at the sidelines right now. Nothing's that good. Yeah, I'm still bullish. I'm definitely still bullish here. Took out the lows. We hit the low here. We do have the SMT. The relative equal highs up here. Got this high there. I'm going to stick with my long thesis. If it does short, then obviously I just don't take advantage of it. And if it longs without a good entry, then I'm not going to be able to take advantage of it either. I just stay out in the sidelines. Stay on the sidelines. New 15-minute open, traded down right away. That's a good sign. I like how it's trading down some more into the gap. That's kind of what I want to see. That's a good sign here on the 15-minute. Let's see it go down a little bit lower. You got a bunch of lows that I want to see it hit. You're almost there. We got all these lows I'd want to see swiped out, you know? Like, even if this 30-second inverses, I don't like it because I want to see more lows swept out. That's not really a lot of liquidity for me. So that means more sidelines time for me. Save that account, baby. The capital's more important. The mental capital is the most important thing, you know? You ain't got to take everything. I entered this trade this morning and moved it to break even like right away, so break even on that one. Then we move up to the high. I mean, it is what it is. There we go. It ripped up. Yeah, right here would have been 800 bucks. 1,000 bucks that would have been already. I mean, it could be using this fair value gap here to start trading down after hitting this one. Like I was thinking that could have been the high because we hit this one here. Maybe we come hit this low here on ES, then we start shifting. I don't know. Get these equal lows. These are all suspect, you know. It's 1018. So yeah, maybe we're gonna sell right back down. I'm just recording some stuff in my notes from this buy we had earlier. Yeah, this thing's moving, baby. Coming back down into this area again, back down to this order block. Very clean. It's a 15-minute rejection block's a little bit lower. So I wouldn't be opposed to seeing that rejection block hit, but we're back into this discount again. Even then, I still don't like anything in the lower time frame for an entry, so I'm still going to wait on the sidelines here. Still not going to take anything here. This low could be suspect next, but we'll see. I know he just came back down to the NWOG, though. So if this NWOG really gives us a rejection here, maybe like a 3-minute inversion or something like that. 4-minute. 4-minute looks the best for an inversion level. It's starting to give some bearish signatures now. But I could be making everybody feel that way, but I want to see if we can really get some type of reversal of some sort. If we're going to go bullish, I honestly would like to see this order block hold here and then continue. Maybe we get a sell below this low here on ES in the next little bit. So see what happens. Bitcoin's getting fucking smoked. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see. We inverse this 4 minute. We can see if this wants to act as support or not. But even then, it's not the best looking thing. YM's hitting the highs up here. If it really wants to start lifting off, it can flip around right now. I'd say sellers have more to lose. So I want to pay attention to this fair value gap here. Like, did we get a reaction off this fair value gap to keep moving higher, or did we not? I want to see what happens here in the next little bit, though. We got 30 seconds left in this 4 minute. I really want to pay attention to this 4 minute here. We haven't hit this short-term high yet. Took out all this liquidity. Yes, we have highs here. We took out that high. I personally say if we close this, it's worth the risk, in my opinion, to go long. Now we just hit that fucking low, and we're already moving up. I would have liked to see that 4 minute close it already. It's kind of too late now. I know we just opened there, so we're probably just gonna rip it here. I know we have bullish SMT in these like wicks here. We're probably gonna rip it here, but there's something telling me just to wait. Let's see if we get another accumulation within here. Three minutes looking good too. They're all trading down here. Notice that 4 minute opened up and instantly trades all the way back down. Higher high, lower high. Like I said already, I want to see buys coming in. But I'm also not opposed to seeing this take the low and then shift up in a little bit. So we take out this internal low here, but we take out all these lows here. That's cool. I was able to sit out on that. Just wait for more information here. So just close down here. We inverse this 1 minute now. And the 2 minute. Bearish SMT. We're probably going to rip this low now here. Alright, I moved it too fast. I didn't do it too fast. Well, fast enough. Oops. That's paper trade anyway. Fuck it. I was gonna say, just take it from here down to here. But yeah, now we hit the low. Lower low. We're still holding here strong. Hit the new low already. We didn't over here. Could watch this 30-second fair value gap. If we inverse this, we could go long from here. Still, something about it I don't like, so I'm not gonna take that long. I'm still gonna wait on price action here. Even though I do expect the long from this end walk here. Still not a fan. This low should stay intact if we're going to go long too. Alright. But obviously if we're going to go bearish, we should not come up above this high, I should say. Chop City. Time distortion at the finest. What the fuck is this? So we're taking out the internal low here. We're shifting up higher. Two-minute has some time to inverse it. 1 minute's about to inverse it. We might actually hit this high before we inverse the 1 minute here. We inverse it on ES. 2 minute looks good here on ES, you know. Ooh, we still haven't inversed that yet. Bullish SMT on the 30-second wicks, so we're probably gonna rip this up now. $40 seconds left. Let's see. 42 seconds left. Looks like it really wants it too. Yeah, we're probably gonna hit the high before I can even get in. I was waiting on that 2 minute closure. Wah wah wah. We didn't get it. Oh well. Use that 2 minute and 1 minute inversion here. We had SMT at the 1 minute wicks. And we just moved higher without me in it. That's cool. So now we get that 2 minute inversion. Probably just gonna use this high as a breaker now. I'll take a paper buy. I don't want to take it on the eval just because it's against the rules. I don't want that on the screen either. Look how good that 3 minute closure looks too. Got a 4 minute order block. It's a little consolidation. My eyes are up here if it wants to really go higher. I just don't like how YM is acting up there. Yeah, paper might have stop loss. These are all like mediocre trade setups. Like none of these are like, really good. Lefties equal highs are back in the fair value gap. More bullish SMT in the wicks. Inverse is 15 second. We're probably going to continue up on through. Leaving this low here in the 15 second. I know this is the low right there. Probably this could be a breaker play here. Took the low. We're using this breaker to play off of. Yeah, 30 second looks good for expansion. 3 minute looks good. Like I said, not worth the risk. It's not that clear to me. These conditions are pretty shit in my opinion. As expected, FOMC tomorrow. Straight up gambling if you're expecting to make a lot of money today. Just in my opinion here. It's really not good price action. garbage. Like, I'm expecting this to get hit out. This play here. We'll see. Alright, ripping up, ripping up. Got these relative equal highs up here. Got this 5 minute here that has no wick on it that we're probably going to reach to. So I'll take one off here and I'll take the other one off up there. Since we're taking out these short-term highs, rules say go to break even. Bullish 5 minute closure. That's beautiful. It's a nice little closure there. I'd like to see this high hit up here. Move it down just a little. So it gets filled. Yeah, nice little reaction. We took out the swing low. We shifted higher, had an inversion. Then we used this breaker, the SMT at the wicks to move higher. Get these equal highs up there that we're looking to target. I know we had this break even this morning from this buy down to here. I could have held it with an order block there, but it just happened so fast. I wasn't really looking at a 30-second time frame, but that 30-second setup was valid. Entry here, break even here, and then we ended up shifting higher. I mean, ideally I could have left the stop loss down below the 1 minute order block. Okay, let's see what we're getting here. Okay, we got bullish SMT. Put one more contract on here. I'd like to see this as a breakaway gap, though. So I don't think price should come back down below here. I know we just took out this high, so like I know that's risky to have that other entry there. Okay, we're probably gonna get hit out. Still more SMT. I'm still not gonna enter my evals. This is just not. This is like so chasing the trade. I'd rather wait just for like a nice pullback or something. Let's see if we rip to the high now. Let's see. Take one contract off. Just to lock one in. Break that high, I'll take one more off. Let's see. Is it gonna poke it or not? There we go, one more off. No, I'm expecting these highs to be ripped up to here. This 1 minute gap's probably gonna get inverse now. I was saying that 3 minute closure was looking bullish. These conditions were just kind of trash. Pretty decent day, in my opinion. Yeah, so break even got hit. Nice bullish order flow on the way up to the highs here. Try to look at this morning when I took this buy. Shifted up to this high and then we pulled back. I could have left my stops, you know. I didn't need to move them to break even right away. There she goes. About to rip that high. We're about to be there, baby. Nice. Yeah, so we shifted down, took out that low, ended up leaving with displacement here, retesting, shifting up above. Yes, we're up above this. We took liquidity, but we have bullish SMT. As you can tell, we're making a lower low there. As we move higher here, we have another lower low in this fair value gap. We're already bullish, as we were talking about. Can't be scared of not being bullish. We get our 3-minute closure. Okay. Then we pull back down. This one makes a lower low. And higher low here. So I'm thinking that this would act as a breakaway gap if we're going to continue bullish. So we take the buy within the breaker based on the 2-minute inversion closure to go long. I personally don't think that's an A+ setup. I don't like those setups nearly as much as I like my inversion setup. So therefore I stayed on the sidelines for that trade. I don't like it when the high is taken. Over here, I had the break even. Took the buy. Literally this wicked down, took my break even, then it ripped up. Would have been good. The question is now, do I adjust my trading plan to fit more of, let's say, my style? Yeah. Basically, I'm documenting now. I should move it to the inversion fair value gap low if there's another PD array involved, which is that 1-minute order block in the NWOG. So that 1-minute order block and NWOG, if we're really bullish, actually would end up holding price. But I realized this was a scalp entry, and this isn't as probable. So I'm okay with missing out on this trade. Which happened. It's what it is, no big deal. Alright, so now, what are we getting here on the indices? It's our 10-50 macro. So I've learned before not to really adjust myself away when we're in our macros if I missed out on a trade, because there could be another setup. So we took out this high here, bearish SMT. Does it want to pull back now and then start moving up higher to hit this high soon? I want to see what we get in this area. We might get the break even on this, which is fine. I mean, I could have closed way up there, but you never know. Look, we never came into that opening range. It's so funny. Bounced up the opening range low, shifted higher. Yeah, that was a nice little move there. nice, very nice. Let's see what happens here. We just came down now. Let's see if we come up into this range and pull back down again, take out the low once more, and then possibly move higher. But if we're really bullish, we're going to use this 5-minute for value gap here as a support, as well as this breaker to go long. Well, this order block there. If it really wants to go long, that's looking like that's what it wants to do. But not my cup of tea. I'd rather see it pull back once more, give me a better inversion. We'll see what happens. Grab another coffee, I'll be right back. You guys, I'm back. Sorry, I left it muted. Let's see how this moves up. If this moves up into this range or not. At this 9-minute fair value gap, we'll see if this gives us a rejection here. Wouldn't mind seeing this low tapped and then a reversal. Yeah, I think we're going to come for that low, so we're probably going to get hit out on this. I'm going to leave it open. Just because I anticipated this high to be met. I know we're starting to break structure. We're getting bearish closures now. We inverse this 5 minutes, so we're probably going to reach into this one. Break even's going to be getting hit, which is cool. I'll re-enter if there's better information. We'll take profit out there if it reaches up just a little bit more. That's probably all it's getting. Just using this order block to reject. Yeah, looks like we're gonna push down. Let's see. Let's see. It's low as suspect. Keep using that 5-minute inversion as a resistance there. There we go, hit me out. Now let's see what happens. Never hit that suspect low. We might just rip up higher as I was expecting, but I want to see some more information within here. Use the NWOG as support. Do not inverse this 2-minute. It's not really giving like any good inverses, you know? Like this is just moving with no good inverses, so yeah, I was gonna pay attention to that. ES could reach the NDOG up here. I think we could still reach this high if it wants to. I know we're breaking this high now, but we're not over here. Yeah, it's really just not giving me my A+ setups, you know? It's one of those days. FOMC tomorrow, so it makes sense on why it's not going to. Nice bullish 3-minute closure. Let's use this breaker here to move higher. Three decent setups today. Got the short, the long, and then the other long over here. Nine-minute reaction here was very nice. Very bullish. So if we were to go long here, we wouldn't want to see this low hit now. We'd want to see this low stay intact. Yeah, I know we didn't hit this high yet, but we hit it over here on ES and it's pulling back. So we want to see if this wants to act as a support, this order block, as well as this inversion to go long. The quality's just not there, honestly. So we hit this high, but we hit internal highs. This wouldn't surprise me to pull back into here and give us something later. So it's not really A+ to me because we hit the high over here. This was definitely better down here. Same with this one. Yeah, but this is it. I'm going to hop off.